Good morning, class 9th students. I'm sure you're doing your work in time. Well, one very important thing is that if you are following this lecture, you must let me know. And if you have any doubts, you should be able to write them in the comment box along with your names, so that we are able to improve upon whatever system, whatever resources we are getting in these times. Whatever resources we are getting, we are able to solve some questions for you, and if you are able to solve this question after watching these videos, that will be very nice. Okay, so do write your name and the problems that you are facing, the problems that you are having in solving the questions, right? So as you remember, I gave you exercise 1.5 as homework, and let me read all the questions quickly so that you understand. Classify the following as rational or irrational. 2 minus root 5. What is 2 minus root 5? This is exercise 1.5 number system. Remember? Very good. Yes. So 2 minus root 5, as you can see, this is rational, this is irrational, this is definitely irrational. 3 plus, next one, 3 plus root 23 minus root 23. These two get cancelled, you get 3. This is a rational number, rational, not irrational, rational. Then 2 root 7 upon 7 root 7. So again, root 7 gets cancelled, you get 2 by 7. It's again a rational number. 1 by root 2 is irrational. Why it is irrational? Because even if you rationalize, remember I am telling you rationalization in this last classes, root 2 by root 2, if you multiply, you get root 2 by 2. This is irrational. Root sign of non-perfect square number is irrational. 2 pi, and 2 pi we will discuss in the third question, so wait for 2 pi. Okay, now question number 2. This was question number 1. Question number 2 is saying simplify to the following expression: 3 plus root 3, 3 plus root 3, and another one is 2 plus root 2. Now see, just like algebra, you have to multiply. Algebra, what you are doing? 3 to the 6, then 3 root 2, okay, then 2 root 3, and then root 3 into root 2 can be multiplied. They cannot be added, but they can be multiplied, and you can write root 6. So anything like can be added. Now root 2, root 3, root 6, 6, nothing is like, so leave the answer here. That's the answer. Okay. Next question is 3 plus root 3. Next question is 3 plus root 3. Okay. Multiplied by 3 minus root 3. This is a plus b, a minus b, as you can see. So we get 9 minus 3. So 9 minus 3, that is 6. Okay. Oh, next one is root 5 plus root 2 whole square. Now whole square means a plus b whole square. This can be written as root 5 square, root 2 square, plus 2 root 2 into root 5 into root 2. This is 5 plus 2 plus 2 root 10. So this is 7 plus 2 root 10. Okay. Next one is root 5 minus root 2. So this is 5 minus 2, 3. That is done. You can check by your on your own. Okay. Now I am reading question number 3. Recall pi is defined as the ratio of the circumference to the diameter. Yes. So what is pi? We are studying pi. Is rational or irrational? They found that pi is irrational. But the original definition of pi is circumference divided by diameter. Circumference divided by diameter is pi. So he is saying if this is pi, this seems to contradict the fact that pi is irrational. But then you are saying pi is irrational, and you are writing as p upon q format. P upon q format is rational, but you are saying irrational. So this is a contradiction. Means you are speaking two different things. How will you resolve this contradiction? So how will you say that pi is irrational? Pi is irrational because see, circumference we cannot uh, measure up exactly. Whenever you measure this, because this is curved. Whenever you try to measure something which is curved, you will never get the exact answer, and you will always get some decimal point which is not exact. So C is not rational. C is not rational. Neither it is integer. If it is P upon Q, then P on Q should be integer, but C We can take b as integer, but c cannot be integer. Therefore, this is not p upon q, where p and q are integers. Therefore, this is not a rational number, because c cannot be a rational number. That is why pi is not a rational number. Pi is irrational number. So till now, whatever value I have studied of pi, no, like 22 upon 7, this is not equal to pi. This is just an approximate value of pi. So whenever somebody asks you what is pi minus 22 by 7, rational or irrational, this is not equal to 0. So this number pi minus 22 by 7 is definitely irrational. And even the value pi is equal to 3.14 is also approximately equal to pi, not exactly equal to pi. Pi, as you know, have been studied by a lot of mathematicians, and some have in the earlier times they have found values up to 50 places, 3.1415 like that. Some then modern computers have found millions and billions of places, and there are people who have actually learned values up to 50,000, 1 lakh, something like that, and they have recited and taken 12 hours to recite the value of pi. And most important about pi is that it is neither terminating and neither nor it is repeating. So it does not repeat, does not terminate. So pi is irrational. So 22 by 7 is not equal to pi. 3.14 is not equal to pi. But still, for calculation, we cannot take something which does not stop. Infinite places we cannot multiply, so we can only take approximate values. So 22 by 7 is a good approximation of pi. 3.14 is a good approximation of pi. So that is why we use these values while calculating them in, like, area of a circle pi r square, volume of cylinder pi r square h, something like that. Okay, CSA of cylinder 2 pi r h, and things like that. Represent root 9.3 on the number line. I am sure we have done it in the last class. Rationalize the denominator. So this is also very simple. We have done monomials and binomials both. So I will do just one part, fourth part, and then we will move to the next topic. So fifth question, next part, fourth part. Okay, and it is saying what is 1 upon root 7 minus 2. So if you just multiply by, change the sign, minus 2. So multiply root 7 plus 2 in the numerator and denominator. You will get root 7 plus 2. This is a minus b, this is a plus b. So this is root 7 square, which is 7, minus 2 square, which is 4. So you will write root 7 plus 2 upon 3. So this is how you get the answer, and you will try and rationalize. So in this class, then this is all about rationalization and pi. Next is laws of exponents. I will just quickly write them, and you can try the next exercise on your own. I am sure you have learned laws of exponents, like for, and these are called rational exponents. So a to the power m, and suppose we have time, we can write a to the power m and a to the power n, right? Suppose somebody asks you half to the power 3 multiplied by half to the power 10. So how will you write this? Half to the power 3 and half to the power 10. Can I write this as half to the power 3 plus 10, right? That is half to the power 13. Yes or no? Because this is half multiplied 3 times and this is half multiplied 10 times. So in all, half is multiplied how many times? 13 times. So we are adding the exponent. So this can be written as a to the power m plus n, right? First law. Similarly, you can have another one, divide one, a to the power m divided by a to the power n. So it's like half to the power 13 divided by half to the power 5. So 13, can we write this as, because these are 13 times and these are 5 times, so 13 minus 5 is 8. So this is a to the power m minus n. Okay, so simple laws, and I'm sure you know the other laws like this. A to the power m to the power n is equal to a to the power m into n. So I am writing, suppose half to the power 3, half to the power 3 to the power 5. So this is basically what, half to the power 3 into 5, that is 15, something like that. Another thing you must have studied, that any exponent raised to the power 0 is 1. So something like this, a to the power 0 is 1. So if I write half to the power 0, which will be equal to 1. Okay, simple one. Another, suppose you have a to the power m and b to the power m. Suppose a to the power m and b to the power m. Then we can multiply these two and write a to the power m. So suppose half to the power 5 into 1 upon 7 to the power 5. So this can be written as 1 upon 2 into 7, 14 to the power 5. Similarly, this is for also division, a to the power m divided by a to the power m divided by b to the power m. It is same as a upon b to the power m. Somebody says 2 to the power 3 divided by, suppose if I write 3 to the power 3. So this is 2 upon 3 to the power 3. So this way, if you remember these laws of exponents, then you can try the next exercise also, right? So I'll give you the next exercise for trying, and then I'll show the next exercise in the next video, right? So if you have any doubts, any queries, you must ask in the comment box with your names, so that I am able to understand who is asking and what is the question, right? Thank you for watching this one, and see you in the next one.